Worldwide parent coach and conscious educator Sue DeCaro is on a mission to revitalize the joy in parenting. Welcome to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids, a podcast designed to help parents all over the world create deeper connections with themselves and their children while overcoming life's daily parenting challenges. Listen in if you want to bring more laughter, love, and enjoyment to your home life.
Welcome to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids, a place for all things parenting. I am your host, Sue DeCaro. Resilience is a behavior that is learned through examples and lessons. It is the ability to adapt, cope, and move through everyday life, things such as stress, adversity, anxiety, uncertainty, tragedy, and threat. And, of course, it's something that our children need to learn. Resilience does not mean that children are not going to be experiencing difficulty or stress. It means that they will have the tools to help them navigate these experiences when they do show up. So let's talk about some ways to teach, model, and help our children to fill their toolbox with skills and ability, building resilience. So first, connectedness and relatedness are key ingredients in helping our children to be resilient. We are all, as human beings, wired for connection. It is truly a basic human need. So helping our children relate to others of all ages is important in giving them the tools necessary to cope with difficulties. By helping our children to build connections, we give them the opportunity to invite new perspectives into their lives. Skills such as learning how to be a good friend, learning to share toys and food, how to listen to others are all important. These are all things that we need to model as well in our own lives for our children. Building skills in empathy, compassion, and understanding are all, again, important in the role of learning and building resilience. So as we look at these skills and foster more resilience in our children, these three components are necessary. When children understand how to be compassionate, empathetic, and understanding with others, younger or older siblings, friends, family members, or even people of authority, in school, churches, communities, they're building skills necessary to be resilient when facing adverse scenarios. There are simple things that we can encourage children to do or demonstrate for them which can help them to build these skills. Maybe they share a toy, see a sad friend and offer a hug, hold the door for someone who has their hands full. When you see your child demonstrating these traits, point it out. By sharing what you see and offering them the space to own it, you are contributing to a positive feedback loop. If given the opportunity to be praised for these positive traits or noticed, they will continue to display them. This truly creates a sense of ownership in our children. Establishing routines is also helpful in building resilience. So routines reduce stress in our children in having the familiarity and predictability of what's happening next. If you do not currently have routines in place for morning and evenings, after school or nap and bedtime, think of how you can bring routines into a part of your children's day in those time periods, or maybe something else that you see important. But to create routines for our children definitely reduces stress. Teaching responsibility is also another way to help our children build tools in their toolbox. Teaching responsibility for their belongings, being responsible for their toys, their clothes, their hygiene, and pets help children to grow and learn. Modeling this in your life too by demonstrating accountability for your belongings and actions is crucial. Encouraging risk-taking, another way to help build resilience. Give kids space and independence to try new things, even the things that might be tough for them. Offer space and encouragement for them to try and be there for them when the outcome is different than perhaps they expected. By showing your child that an unexpected outcome is not necessarily a bad thing, they are better equipped to handle stress or uncertain situations and risks, right? This gives them more tools in their toolbox, more images, more experiences to look back upon and know it is okay. It will all be okay. Introducing new experiences to your child also, again, helpful in building in their tools. Give them the opportunity to step outside their comfort zone and experience something new. Perhaps a new skill, a new sport, or a new friend or playgroup. Experiencing something new and unfamiliar teaches our kids that the unfamiliar, again, is not necessarily bad, just like the risk-taking. When they see that something they were unsure of becomes something that they can enjoy, they learn to fear the unknown less. This is where the magic happens, stepping outside of our comfort zone. And of course, this is another opportunity to model stepping out of your comfort zone and experiencing something new yourself. Patience, also an important tool to build in our children's toolbox and of course our own. Offer kids the opportunity to wait for things, of course within reason based on their age and stage of development. We often get nervous that our children can't wait, but do we give them the opportunity to try? Teaching kids how to patiently wait in line, wait for food in a restaurant, or wait to arrive at our destination in the car, perhaps without constant entertainment, helps them to learn self-control and self-regulation when it comes to their own behavior. Patience can be hard for many kids. Demonstrate and model this for them and discuss it openly. The more exposure that they have to the concept, the easier it will be for them to learn this skill. And of course, giving them the opportunity for them to own it when they do. Wow, look how patient you were. Comments like that offers them that sense of growth and accomplishment within. Next is staying true to your family values. A child does not need to have everything they ask for, especially if it does not speak to you and your family values. Kids need to experience rejection and the word no in order to build resilience. It's part of life. They can be disappointed and likely will be, but we don't want to step into the victim mentality. Don't feed into the woe is me mentality in your own life or in the life of your children. It is important to encourage our kids to have the strength to move through whatever comes their way. If we rescue our kids every time an undesirable circumstance arises so that they don't have to experience the real world, we are truly doing them a disservice. It is important to learn that while life isn't always fair, these situations offer us the opportunity to learn and grow, build tools, and build resilience. So this is, again, truly important, staying connected to your family values. Next, teaching and encouraging our children to identify struggles and challenges and giving them the opportunity to overcome them, part of building resilience. So we need to resist the urge to immediately rescue our children, unless they are, of course, in danger. Even every time we see them facing a challenge. When children are struggling to do something, such as putting on clothes, using a spoon, or stacking blocks, or dealing with something tougher, such as receiving a bad grade, not making a team they tried out for, etc., etc. It is important that they see that they can grow from these experiences. They will survive. Letting kids struggle is important. Validating their emotions and empathizing with them is also important. We as parents need to know when to step back and allow our children to face the challenges that come their way while also holding space with compassion and empathy. We can always be ready to have an open conversation about these feelings with our children and again hold space, not fix and solve. By communicating with our children about what they are experiencing and offering positivity and encouragement in both identifying struggles and coping with it, we are actually helping them to build resilience and to build character. So allowing kids to feel and to share feelings and to accept whatever emotions they have is really part of this resilience building. You don't need to paint a rosy picture. Just sit with them. Let their emotions be whatever they are. Teach them how to share their feelings and offer ideas through discussion to help them move through these uncomfortable emotions and cope with what is upsetting. Don't let your own fears get in the way. This is an excellent opportunity to be a good role model. Share your own emotions and feelings and show lots of love, compassion, and empathy to your kids. You can make statements such as, what would you like to do in this situation? How would you like to solve what's in front of you? What would feel right for you in moving forward? Allow them the opportunity to think for themselves. They have skills, they have abilities, and they have lots of opportunities to think through them when we step back and give them space. What does all of this look like for you? How do you model these things in your own life already? And where do you hope to improve in setting the example in your own situations and experiences so you can help your children by modeling how they can also work in their own life and build resilience and load that toolbox with lots of tools? Thank you so much for joining me. You can find more about me and reach out to me by visiting my website at www.decaroparentcoaching.com. And remember, every moment is a new moment for conscious connections.
Thanks for listening to Conscious Parents, Thriving Kids. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend. And be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.